Are you dreaming of getting a green card in the United States? Maybe you just married a US citizen and you're wondering what comes next. Or maybe you're thinking about marriage-based immigration and want to know if it's the right path for you. Here's the truth that immigration lawyers won't tell you up front. The marriage-based green card is actually one of the fastest ways to get permanent residency in America, but only if you know exactly what you're doing. In this complete guide, I'm going to walk you through the entire process, step by step. By the end of this video, you'll know more about marriage-based green cards than most people who actually go through the process. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a marriage-based green card? A marriage-based green card, officially called an IR1 or CR1 visa, allows the foreign spouse of a U.S. citizen to live and work permanently in the United States. It's one of the most common ways people immigrate to America. Here's what makes it special. Unlike employment-based green cards, there's no annual cap or quota. That means if you qualify, you will get it. It's just a matter of time. Now, let's talk about the two main pathways. If your spouse lives outside the United States, you'll go through consular processing. This means your spouse applies from their home country and enters the U.S. as a permanent resident. If your spouse is already in the United States on a valid visa, they can apply for adjustment of status. This allows them to change from their current visa status to permanent resident without leaving the country. Both pathways lead to the same destination, a green card, but the timeline and process are slightly different. Let me give you the current timeline for 2024 and 2025. For consular processing, the average timeline is 12 to 18 months from start to finish. That includes USCIS approval and consular interview. For adjustment of status, if you're already in the US, the timeline is typically 10 to 14 months. Some cases are even faster, especially if you're in a service center that processes quickly. But here's the critical part. These timelines can vary significantly based on where you file and whether USCIS requests additional evidence. Now let's get into the actual process. This is where most people get confused, so pay close attention. Step 1. File Form I-130, Petition for Alien Relative. This is the form that establishes the relationship between the U.S. citizen and their foreign spouse. The U.S. citizen spouse files this with USCIS along with evidence of the marriage and proof of citizenship. What evidence do you need? You need a copy of your marriage certificate, proof that any previous marriages were legally terminated, and evidence that your marriage is genuine. This means joint bank accounts, joint lease agreements, photos together, travel records, and communications. The filing fee for I-130 as of 2024 is $535. USCIS updates fees periodically, so always check the official USCIS website for current fees. Current processing time for I-130 is approximately 10 to 13 months, though this varies by service center. Step 2 depends on your pathway. If you're doing consular processing, after USCIS approves your I-130, your case gets sent to the National Visa Center, or NVC. The NVC will request additional documents and fees. You'll pay the Immigrant Visa Fee, which is $325, and submit civil documents like birth certificates, police certificates, and financial evidence. Once NVC has everything, they'll schedule your interview at the U.S. Embassy or consulate in your home country. The interview is the final step. If approved, you'll receive your immigrant visa and can enter the United States as a permanent resident. If you're doing adjustment of status, after filing I-130, you simultaneously file Form I-485, Application to Register Permanent Residence. The current fee for I-485 is $1,140 for most applicants. Along with I-485, you can also file I-765 for work authorization and I-131 for advanced parole, which allows you to travel while your green card is pending. These are included in the I-485 fee now, which is a recent change. You'll also need a medical examination by USCIS-approved civil surgeon. This typically costs between $200 and $500. Finally, you'll attend a biometrics appointment where USCIS takes your fingerprints and photos, and then an interview at your local USCIS office. Step 3. The interview. This is what everyone worries about. The marriage-based green card interview is designed to verify that your marriage is genuine and not just for immigration benefits. Here's what actually happens. You and your spouse will meet with a USCIS officer. They'll ask you questions about your relationship, how you met, your daily routines, your home, and your future plans. Common questions include, where did you meet? Who proposed and how? What side of the bed do you each sleep on? What's your daily routine? Where do you keep the toothpaste? What did you do last weekend? These might sound silly, but USCIS is looking for consistent, detailed answers that show you actually live together as a married couple. Bring updated evidence to the interview. Recent photos, joint tax returns if you filed together, updated bank statements, utility bills in both names, insurance documents listing each other as beneficiaries. If the officer is satisfied, they'll approve your case on the spot. Most people get approved the same day. Step 4. Receive your green card. If you're approved, your green card will arrive by mail within 2 to 3 weeks. If you entered through consular processing, your immigrant visa gets stamped in your passport, and that stamp acts as your temporary green card for up to 1 year. Your physical green card will arrive by mail in the US. Now, here's something important. If you've been married for less than 2 years at the time your green card is approved, you'll receive a conditional green card, valid for only 2 years. 90 days before your 2-year anniversary, you must file Form I-751 to remove the conditions. This costs $715. You'll need to prove your marriage is still genuine. If you've been married for more than 2 years when your green card is approved, you'll receive a 10-year green card immediately. No conditions, no additional filings. Let's talk about the costs. This is important for planning. Total cost for marriage-based green card ranges from $2,000 to $3,500 if you do it yourself. This includes all filing fees, medical exam, and document translations. If you hire an immigration attorney, add another $2,000 to $5,000 for their fees. Attorneys aren't required, but they can help if your case is complicated. Now let's discuss common mistakes that delay or deny applications. Mistake number 1. Insufficient evidence of genuine marriage. USCIS wants to see that you share your lives, not just your paperwork. Include everything. Photos from different times and places, chat logs, emails, cards, receipts from trips together. Mistake number 2. Incomplete or inconsistent forms. Every question must be answered. If something doesn't apply, write NA. Never leave blanks. Mistake number 3, not disclosing previous immigration violations. If your spouse overstayed a visa or worked without authorization, you must disclose this. Hiding it will result in denial and possible bars from future immigration. Mistake number 4, criminal history issues. Certain crimes can make someone inadmissible to the United States. These include crimes involving moral turpitude, drug offenses, prostitution, and money laundering. If your spouse has any criminal history, consult an immigration attorney before filing. Let's talk about what happens after you get your green card. With a green card, you can live and work anywhere in the United States. You can travel in and out of the country, though trips longer than 6 months may raise questions about your permanent residency. You can apply for U.S. citizenship through naturalization after 3 years of being a permanent resident if you're still married to and living with your U.S. citizen spouse. If you're divorced or not living together, you must wait 5 years. To apply for citizenship, you'll file Form N-400, Application for Naturalization. The current fee is $760. You'll take a citizenship test covering English language ability and U.S. civics knowledge. If you pass, you'll attend a naturalization ceremony where you take the oath of allegiance and become a United States citizen. Now let's address some frequently asked questions. Can I work while my green card is pending? If you filed for adjustment of status and included Form I-765, yes, you'll receive an Employment Authorization Document, or EAD, typically within 4 to 6 months. Until then, you cannot legally work. Can I travel while my green card is pending? If you filed I-131 advance parole and it's approved, yes. But if you leave the U.S. without advance parole while your adjustment is pending, your application will be considered abandoned. What if my marriage ends before I get my green card? If you're still in the application process and you divorce, your green card application will likely be denied.
However, there are exceptions for abuse situations under VAWA, the Violence Against Women Act. What if USCIS suspects fraud? If USCIS believes your marriage is fraudulent, they can deny your application, revoke your green card if already issued, and ban you from future immigration. Marriage fraud is a federal crime punishable by up to 5 years in prison and $250,000 in fines. Can same-sex couples apply for marriage-based green cards? Absolutely yes. Since the Supreme Court's 2015 decision in Obergefell v. Hodges, same-sex marriages are recognized federally for all immigration purposes. What if we got married while my spouse was in removal proceedings? This is complicated. You can still file I-130, but your spouse may need to complete removal proceedings first or seek other relief. Consult an immigration attorney immediately.
Here's my final advice. Start gathering your evidence now. Even before you file, collect everything that proves your relationship is real. The more evidence you have, the smoother your process will be. Don't lie or exaggerate. USCIS officers are trained to detect fraud. Always tell the truth, even if you think it might hurt your case. Consider hiring an attorney if your case has any complications, previous immigration violations, criminal history, prior marriages with children, or if you're in removal proceedings. Be patient. Immigration takes time. The process is slow, but if you've done everything correctly, you will get approved. Remember, getting a green card through marriage is not about gaming the system. It's about two people who genuinely love each other, wanting to build a life together in the United States. If that's your situation, the law is on your side. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to this channel for more immigration guides. Drop a comment below if you have questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. Good luck with your green card journey. You've got this.